Okay, so here's the video explaining some of the quirks of both the RadioShack 12-250 and the 12-254. So I'm going to be doing the 250 first, as that's the big boy here. So you know that you can enter test mode by pressing and holding the off button while powering on the radio, right? And if you didn't know, now you do. Well, you can press this button to activate its warning/watch siren. Simple there. But you can also press this and press the 8 button at the same time to make some sort of interesting sound. I'm probably going to use the term interesting more in this video. And pressing the 8 button at the same time that the siren is, what did I just do with my fingers? Sorry. But pressing the 8 button at the same time that the siren is being heard via this is the only type of way that you can make that sort of sound. With other buttons, you get nothing. You get button beeps, which, by the way, don't make the same type of sound as I did with this. Or, in the case of these buttons here,
mostly clear. Lows in the light, mostly clear.
They'll just give you a web radio station that you can get. Oh, sorry. But yeah, the only way that you can make that type of sound is pressing this button here. And also pressing the 8 button at the same time that siren is being heard. Okay, and now to the 254. So I'm going to be mentioning two of the quirks that the 254 has. The first one won't be interesting as the second, but when you hold the 254's water button for like say 1 to 2 seconds, this will happen. You get a valid button beep and its backlight turns on.
In 1939, and the record low is 29, which occurred in 2000. Sunrise today is at 7:20.
Not all too much about that, but there is something about this radio that's really interesting, honestly. What I'm going to be doing here is pressing and holding this button here at the same time that I'm turning on the radio. In which I get this. This waiting text. So it's going to mention it's going to display H-error by the next couple seconds, and I'll get onto that later, but I'll give the radio some time for it to get to that. There it is, H-error. Now, when you come across this, in terms of functioning the radio when it displays this, there's not a whole lot that you can do. Other than fiddle around with all the buttons and switch to see its backlight to turn on. But that's the most that you could get in terms of functioning with the radio as it's displaying H-error. If you wanted to display waiting again, assuming you would, you press the yes button again. And then after a couple of seconds, it'll go back to that H-error screen that you saw earlier. But yeah, that's definitely a cool little quirk there. What I find interesting about that is that you could do this with the 254, but you can't do it with the 250. When I press and hold the yes button while powering on the radio. Nor the 250's predecessor, 249. To be honest, I actually confuse the two sometimes. But yeah, the 249 doesn't do it either. When I press and hold the yes button while powering on the radio. There's H-error, by the way. Another thing that I find interesting about this quirk here, or one of the interesting things, is honestly just the fact that it exists on this radio. Although something to note here, I don't exactly know if every RadioShack same radio can let you do this. I know that from my experience, the 254 can, but the 250 and 249 can't. Both radios of which were made around the same time that the 254 was. And who knows if the 253 has it, considering that it too was made around the same time that all of these radios were. But I'm just fascinated by the fact that despite its lack of use, if there even is a use for this, let alone from RadioShack themselves, that this feature just exists. But yeah, that just about does it there for this video, for the quirks of these siblings. I call them siblings for a reason.